the 450 post-race press conference from the Salt Lake City Supercross final round of the 2022 Supercross season. Congratulations, Jason Anderson, Chase Sexton, and Justin Barcia. Jason, incredible finish to this championship. There's a lot to race for. We talk about pride, ego, money, all those things. But how about messaging? Is this a good way for you to kind of send a message going into the outdoors and into 2023 that you are back, all the way back, and maybe even better than ever?
Yeah, I mean, not for personally, it's huge for me, just to be in the position I'm in, to have the momentum I have, because to be honest, over like the past few years, you get insecure, you don't really know if you got it, you don't know, yeah, it's tough whenever you struggle. So, yeah, being right here, I'm thankful, but at the same time, I just want to keep progressing and be able to come back next year, and I really want to make some more runs at a championship, and I think I got it in me. And I know, I guess if you look at statistics, I guess clock's ticking with age, but I guess anything's possible, and let's go for it.
Well, congratulations on a great season.
Thank you.
We'll start with Michael Lindsay.
My question's for Jason Anderson.
Mm-hmm.
Jason, based on the way you've carried yourself the last couple weeks, if somebody was to basically look at this statistically, you have the most wins you ever have in a season, but you lost the title. I would never guess it by even just looking at you before you went up there and sat there. I don't know if I've ever seen you this happy, this much enjoying what you're doing. We've talked about a lot of press conference, but just the quick list of like what has gotten you to this point. What is basically put a smile on your face where maybe some guys would be disappointed that they didn't pull it off this year?
Yeah, for me, it's nice to be in this position. I want to prolong my career, even when I was struggling. I didn't want to stop racing, but results like this help you keep a job. It's enjoyable to ride up front, but at the same time, I gotta stay on my toes. But just my personal life's amazing right now. Between everything I got going on there, and I switched up my program. I'm back home in New Mexico, wherever I grew up, and I think that's a breath of fresh air for me. Obviously, you've heard it a million times, but the new team. But yeah, I'm in a good spot. I'm enjoying it, and that's key. And I think that's underrated in our sport. I think a lot of people feel like you have to go to Florida or whatever, and Florida's not bad. It's not a bad thing, but I just wasn't very happy there. And I just had to switch a couple things up, and luckily it worked out. But you're never that sure until it happens.
Alex.
Thanks, Daniel. Alex Gobert, MotoOnline.com. This one's for Chase. For you this year, we saw you get a main event victory on the podium on multiple occasions. How do you rate your season, and how do you improve further from this point?
Yeah, I would say minus 3 races that were I didn't finish. Everything else is really good. I was in the top 5 pretty much every race, and 8 podiums and a win is a big progress from last year, and that was my goal coming into this year. I wanted to be a little bit more calm, which I still had my moments out there, but I made a lot of progression as far as my riding and my mentality. And going to Santa Barbara last year, preseason helped me a lot. I came back kind of a different person, and I think it's paid off so far. I just want to keep progressing. Jason's been amazing these last 4 races, so I got a lot of work to do, but I'm on the right track, I feel like, and looking forward to outdoors and next year racing Supercross. It's gonna be fun.
Don.
Jason, so you've tied Eli for the number of season wins now, correct? With the title decided already, was there any greater or lesser motivation to win tonight? And what made you get such a what helped you catch fire so badly late in the season?
Yeah, it's obviously I'm motivated, and after winning a few in a row, I really wanted to make it 4 in a row. It's really cool. Before this, I've only won 2 in a row, so being able to have those streaks are some cool things, like cool achievements to have for your career, and it's obviously good momentum going into next year. As for what has changed, it's I don't think much has changed. I think it's at St. Louis I was kind of under the weather with being sick, and I felt like I was kind of decent there, but then Atlanta I started getting some momentum, but I mean, I made some bike changes, but nothing crazy. I think it's just sometimes things start clicking, and I've been doing the work and just honestly just trying to progress every day. Whatever it is, whatever, even when I'm on the track, whatever the number is, I'm out there. I just want to keep progressing and keep learning and keep that goal in sight more so than the number. But it is nice to be able to get some wins and get those streaks. It's pretty incredible.
Kellen.
Yeah, Kellen Brower with Racer X. Justin, obviously the contact with Malcolm Stewart there. Just kind of, talk us through the battle beforehand, going back and forth a little bit with him, and then kind of, your thought process on how you were trying to make that pass attempt.
Yeah, it was definitely a good battle. I was riding pretty tight. Malcolm was obviously riding a little bit better than me because he was all over me. He went inside roll double. I went double single and charging it hard, and that was that. Not much to really say about it, but we were racing for third in the points, and I wanted it bad, and maybe it was too much, but that's how I race, I guess. So just kind of is what it is.
Justin, Kenny Sargent with Speed Freaks over here. First of all, you still have the best lettuce in the 450 class, and second of all, Malcolm was using the crowd as motivation to get back up to you. You as a dude who knows that Malcolm's right there, you can see his fender through certain turns. How do you use the crowd as a positive or negative motivator to keep your butt on the bike in front of Malcolm?
Absolutely, yeah. I could, I knew someone was coming, and I knew who it was. And like I said, I was riding pretty tight and doing the best I could to hold him behind me. But picked it up those last few laps and made it happen. But yeah, it was definitely intense to say the least.
Jamie.
Chase, man, there was moments there in that main where it felt like you were catching Jason, and then it really seemed like lappers once again kind of caused some issues. You want to talk about that at all, or was it another situation maybe that kind of got the gap back bigger?
I think at the beginning, Jason and I had a really good pace going, and I made a few mistakes and just kind of lost my flow a little bit. And Jason, once I lost that touch, there was no getting it back. He was, like I said, riding really good, and lappers obviously did come into play, but he had to deal with them just like I did. So it was a tough racetrack. I struggled, especially in the dry slick parts, but I was actually happy they put a lot of water down for the night show because it plays in my strengths when there's rust on the track. But overall, I feel like I just struggled a little bit across the start straight and those areas. But overall, I feel like I rode a pretty good race. Obviously not enough to beat Jason, but I'm just happy to end the season on a somewhat high note and going to outdoors.
Michael Antonovich.
Well, thanks, Daniel. This one is for Justin. Like you alluded to, getting third place overall in this championship was very important for you this year. And you could even tell all day that you were fighting to get better. In time qualifying, you found a second a lap late in that last session, and we're trying to race forward. So going from Denver last week, where it was a so-so result and you knew the point spread that you had, well, how big is that motivation through this week and knowing when you get a pass opportunity like that, which you've owned up to, you have to make that happen?
Yeah, I mean, when there's an inch, I take it. That's just my style, and I've always raced like that. But yeah, there was, money on the line, and, I wanted that position. I wanted to be third in the points, and unfortunately, I didn't make that happen, which is kind of a bummer. But all in all, this was my most consistent season. Done a lot of good stuff this year. But yeah, it's a little bit bummer that the situation happened. But like I said, it kind of is what it is at this point, and just got to move past it and keep, focus on myself and working into that outdoor series because that's coming up quite soon.
Jason Wygant.
Yeah, Jason from Racer X. I'll stay with you, Justin. It almost seems, I think this kind of statistically is one of your best seasons ever, even though you didn't get that win. You were really strong all year. We hear so much of the ups and downs of other riders. They want to retire and they come back and they're happier than ever. It seems like you're just at 100% all the time. Does motivation ever wane for you? Because honestly, it looks like you're improving still in your career, even though you're one of the veteran guys.
Yeah, absolutely. I feel like, being 30 years old and being the best I've been in my career, it's been a hard, it's never easy, this sport. We're always working hard, trying to be better than the next guy. This season for me was definitely a positive season. Middle of the season, we definitely struggled with setup a little bit. I think I wanted more and went in the wrong direction a little. And then the last 3 weeks we've found that direction again where I needed to be. I just went a little bit too far away. We've been on the same bike for a couple of years now, and I should have just stayed where it's good. But for me and the team, we got back on track. It was definitely a positive season, and I feel like I said, getting older and feeling better than ever. So it's not a bad thing, that's for sure.
Congratulations, guys, on the podium and a great season. Congrats.